A young child is dead following a shooting at a high school football game. Chopper 6 is live over Academy Park High School in Sharon Hill, Delaware County. The 7-year-old was one of 2 people shot. Let's go live to Action News reporter Dan Cuellar at the scene with the details. Dan.
Rick, police sources now say that the 7-year-old girl who was shot has died from an apparent gunshot wound to the neck at Children's Hospital. Police now say they have 3 people in custody following this drive-by shooting that sent people scattering here at the stadium for cover. When the smoke cleared, 3 juveniles had been shot.
Now, when you spray the crowd at a football game, because they're going to say the little 7-year-old girl wasn't targeted. And you know my stance on that. If you spray the crowd at a football game, everyone there is being targeted. Okay? They got to stop this giving these guys the person they hit wasn't. No. If there's a football game, bleachers full of people watching a football game, and you come by and spray that crowd, everyone's being targeted. And furthermore, someone just sprayed the crowd at a football game? I mean, where's the outrage?
Police say this all happened just as the game between Academy Park and Pennsbury High had ended. Some 100 to 200 people were leaving when shots rang out near the concession stand area. Shots fired?
Yes, and then we started running and got in the car.
So you started running?
Yes. Yes.
And it must have been really scary for you guys.
Yes.
This is a little girl. Look at that. These are the type of kids that are being shot at. A 7-year-old was hit and killed. This little girl, and she's going to grow up to be a criminal justice reform activist like all the other sisters. Talking about our kings and all this stuff. What's up, King? Peace, King. To the same type of brothers. Same type of brothers that'll shoot this up. Same type of brothers that they call king and they protest for criminal justice reform. Lighter sentences. No bail. Dang, sis. Just looking at this young girl and knowing that that's her future. Like, guaranteed. Like this, you can chalk it up. That's her future. Wow.
Yes, and then we started running and got in the car.
So you started running?
Yes. Yes.
And it must have been really scary for you guys.
Yes.
One witness says she was standing right there when bullets started flying right by her when the little girl who was standing next to her got shot in the neck.
When she got shot, she went down and grabbed my leg as she was going down.
And then what happened?
I kneeled down, but her mom kneeled down next to her, and I had to get up and go look for my children. Yeah, so the bullets burnt one of my ears going by. The sound that the bullets were making going past your ear is crazy. Just crazy. I'm just glad all my kids made it.
Now listen, I totally understand this woman, like where my children at. I get that. However, this week there was a lot of talk about Sha'Carri. Don't say nothing bad about Sha'Carri. She a sister, and sisters are the most well, listen. And you can't do nothing to sisters and always there everybody can. Well, listen. A little 7-year-old girl got shot in the neck. And you know what this woman didn't say? I immediately took off my shirt and tied a tourniquet around her neck. I picked her up and threw her in the backseat of my car and sped to the hospital. But they want to use Sha'Carri and act like they care about black women. I get, and I'm not knocking this woman. If her kids were there and she sees a little 7-year-old girl drop like a bag of bricks, boosh, and she know her kids is somewhere and bullets is whizzing past her ears, the motherly instinct kicks in. I get it. But it would just be nice one of these times to hear one of these son people say, I immediately ripped my shirt and made a tourniquet and tied it around the wound to try to stop the bleeding. I scooped him up, threw him in the backseat of my car and sped to the hospital. I started giving chest compression. Like, it's never that. They never say that. And they live in these war zones where every one of them should be experts in first aid. First aid should be taught in all Sun school districts. I'm talking about life-saving measures, the Heimlich, CPR, chest compressions, tourniquets, tying tourniquets. All that stuff should be taught mandatory in these neighborhoods where these kids live at, where you can't even go to the football game. This is normal. You're going to see this happening all year. I guarantee you. Send me every story y'all see about a football game. I guarantee you'll be like, oh my God, he was right. Like, this is normal.
Police put out an all-county assist, which brought police officers here from all across Delaware County. Sources say there was no nonsense on the field. This all happened after Academy Park had won the game 42-0 against Pennsbury High from Bucks County. One parent whose kids were at the game was outraged by the shooting.
That way, I want to tell whoever did this BS, whoever did this rotten, the way that y'all shot that damn baby down, the way that y'all are out here killing us, killing our own people.
Well, that was refreshing. And if you're a member of this channel, you rarely see this. This never happens where they go off on the thugs. They usually go off on the cops when someone in a town they never heard of, like Kenosha or Ferguson or Sanford, gets killed. They never have this emotion for the thugs that are holding in them hostage, that shoot up their cookouts, their 4th of July celebrations, their Memorial Day picnics, their funerals. They never have this type of energy for them. So this is refreshing.
That way, I want to tell whoever did this BS, whoever did this rotten, the way that y'all shot that damn baby down, the way that y'all are out here killing us, killing our own people.
Chopper 6 at the scene at the football stadium where the police investigation continues. As you can see, there's a lot of anger out here over this drive-by shooting at the stadium, wounding 2 juveniles and killing a 7-year-old girl who died at Children's Hospital. Police say 3 suspects now in custody and weapons have been recovered. That is the latest here, Rick, reporting live here in Sharon Hill. I'm Dan Cuellar for Action News.
Tonight, a family in Delaware County is speaking out after their young daughter was killed during a drive-by shooting. The 7-year-old was shot while attending a high school football game with loved ones. Action News reporter Katie Castro spoke exclusively with the grieving family. She joins us live outside Sharon Hill Police Headquarters with much more. Katie.
And Walter, we have moved here to right outside of the high school. I want to show you a growing memorial here right outside of the field where you can see some flowers and stuffed animals laid down. We spoke with the girl's mother tonight, and she is demanding justice.
Is that a growing memorial? I'm tired of these lies, man. They always tell us that. When these kids get killed, there's no memorial. Nobody cares, man. Thug gets killed by police. It's $1 million in the GoFundMe, 1 trillion teddy bears, 1 billion candles. Because it's not just that city. I mean, other cities are holding. There's a vigil for such and such thug that was fighting with police in this city and that city. It's not just like other cities. They're doing little son girl gets her brains blown out of the football game, and this is the memorial. You have to put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And Walter, we have moved here to right outside of the high school. I want to show you a growing memorial here right outside of the field where you can see some flowers and stuffed animals laid down. We spoke with the girl's mother tonight, and she is demanding justice.
My daughter was a nice person. He was so kind.
The mother of 7-year-old Fontability is now planning for her daughter's funeral instead of her future. She took this picture of her daughter at the Friday night football game at Academy Park High School in Sharon Hill before the drive-by shooting that claimed her daughter's life.
Wow. This is gut-wrenching. And the mom, she made a big mistake, man. She just stayed with her culture. You know, and that's a lot. We're all of the sun. But there's differences in our cultures. And I know the mom didn't. She exposed her child to danger unwittingly.
She took this picture of her daughter at the Friday night football game at Academy Park High School in Sharon Hill before the drive-by shooting that claimed her daughter's life.
By the time they was shooting, everybody was running.
She says her 12-year-old daughter was also shot but is expected to recover.
And they weren't the targets. Right? Wow. Look at this family. What they're going through. And I tell you the story sometimes about my brother. He's Nigerian. I hadn't seen him in 25 years. I saw him 2 years ago in New York. He came to New York. And I was in New York at the same time. And this was during the height of, everything. Even before Floyd, it was still percolating. Everything was still, it was buzzing. You had Charlottesville and you had all these other, you've had everything throughout the years, throughout the 20 teens. So he was under the notion that cops were just jacking up brothers. Like, he was afraid to, leave the house. And we had to tell him, no, it's not like that. No. But he was terrified because he thought that if he left the house that, the cops was going to jump on him or, because he's black. Because over there in other countries, they don't know that it's all crap what these some people are talking about here. It's all BS. They don't know that. They really, they think it's really as bad as CNN and MSNBC say it is. So we had to convince my brother, it's safe to leave the house, man. Nothing's going to happen to you, man. And if something does happen to you, it's going to be this.
She says her 12-year-old daughter was also shot but is expected to recover. The barrage of bullets heard over WBCB's radio just as the game against Pennsbury wrapped up.
It was Academy Park 42 and Pennsbury nothing.
He just got caught in somebody's terrible act and she became the victim.
Viewer video shows the moments after the shooting, including football players lying on the field as police vehicles with lights and sirens began arriving on the scene.
This kind of thing in the community is very scary. It's like nobody is safe nowhere, and we don't want to live in such conditions. If you take your kids on the school property, I think you expect them to be safe. And she was only 7 years old. She will be seriously missed.
Yeah, this has not only caused terrible heartache for the family, but also for the closely knit and small community here in Sharon Hill. Now, family says they have been in touch with the DA and they do know of at least 2 people in custody. Action News has also learned of some weapons recovered as well.
Outpouring of grief and love for a Southern Illinois University student from Chicago killed in a shooting near campus.
My Savior lives.
18-year-old Kashana Jackson was one of 4 people hit by gunfire at a house party early Sunday morning in Carbondale. She died at the scene. Her older half-sister told us Kashana was thriving in the nail industry in Chicago and was just starting at SIU to get her business degree and to learn how to grow her business. Students and campus leaders gathered last night for a memorial. Overcome by emotion, Southern Illinois' chancellor spoke to the pain of the campus community.
I think that was great that the sister wanted to go get a business degree to legitimize herself so she could go more places with what she did. So she wouldn't be forced to just be, call me, I come by, do your nails, and live that life. She could, really entertain having a real career in the nail industry, which is, very lucrative. I mean, look who does the nails. They don't, and that group of people don't mess with nothing that's not lucrative. So yeah, nails is very lucrative. This is not, you might think, oh, she just, no. If she talking about being on the business end of it, not just a worker, she had a bright future. Very bright future. Jack, you see Shikari, right? You see all these women with these nails, man, that's big business. Okay? And unfortunately, it's all gone. She went to a house party. She made a bad decision. She made a bad decision. That shouldn't have been a bad decision, but it was a bad decision. When you're on that path, you can't play it both ways, unfortunately. Once you make the decision that, this is your goal in life, you're going to do it and you're going to chase that dream, going to a house party in Chicago is something that is not part of your dream. It's not part of your mission. It's a detour. Going to a house party in Detroit, going to a house party anywhere where there's Sun people with that, from that culture. Shit is, if you wanted to party on campus with the college kids. And even that can get dicey if Sun people from the city come out there. The townies. But she made a mistake, and it shouldn't have been a mistake, but it was a mistake. It pains me that this sister, who was going to be a, BLM activist, a criminal justice reform advocate, they killing our kings, get rid of the police. Unless, of course, my boyfriend put his hands on me, then, get him here quick. But, typical sister. She was going to grow up to be the typical sister, championing everything woke and detrimental to the community. And it was 1,000% going to be that way. First of all, you're a sister. Then you're on a college campus. Once you get a sister and you put her on a college campus, it's a wrap, man. There's such a woke combination. Highly combustible wokeness going on there. But as far as for her dreams and what she had for her life, it's very sad that she won't be able to accomplish that.
Overcome by emotion, Southern Illinois' chancellor spoke to the pain of the campus community.
The Saluki Nation tragically lost a precious member of our family.
The 3 others who were shot did survive. Carbondale and SIU police are asking anyone who attended the party to come forward. Investigators say they believe several people started shooting at the partygoers.